In the far north, wildling pines are a big issue because we have so many vulnerable habitats up there that wildling pines can move into. Pines can grow incredibly quickly and much bigger and taller than any of our other native species. They also mature at 5 years old. Basically what you end up with a pine forest that doesn't really support much biodiversity beneath it. The MPI funding has allowed us to form collaborative and effective partnerships with iwi hapu, community, landowners, other stakeholders such as contractors and DOC. But a very special feature of this program is that we're able to partner with mana whenua, and they actually have an investment, a long-term enduring relationship to the land that will go well beyond the scale of either this project or even our own careers. What we found is that working with mana whenua, we can achieve way more than just trying to work on our own.
We engaged with the NRC. We could work together as iwi and the NRC to see if we can do some mahi around eradicating these wild pines. And the team from the NRC, they've been really good, passionate about the environment and keeping this particular area, keeping it safe from all the pests and all the weeds that are sort of slowly creeping in here.
We've had the forestry crews in and they have taken on local people, and that is good for our socio-economic values here in Te Hiko Te Eke. It contributes socially and economically, but also psychologically and spiritually.
Wildling pines are a $4.6 billion threat to the New Zealand economy, and every year that they're left to grow, the cost of controlling them increases by 30%. The economic benefits to the far north of this program is that it brings jobs over the long term into the local community.
This has opened up a good stream of work opportunities for our rangatahi around our communities, looking after their taiao. It's been really good because the contractors are local, they're part of the iwi, they're building capacity, they're getting all the skills that need to be done for future work. We're working well with them because we know them.
So to have something that creates consistent work for the guys that they can come to day in and day out really plays a big part in the way their lifestyle's lived and what they can provide for their families. Being able to change the direction that their kids follow in their footsteps, you know, that's pretty rewarding out of the whole lot, I think.
In Northern we have a very high biodiversity in comparison to most of the rest of New Zealand. We also have a vast array of different kinds of habitat. Now these habitats, such as the gumlands and the dune lakes and the wetlands and the sandspits, have got their own unique plant and animal communities which would disappear if they were taken over by wildling pines.
The funding from the Wilding Pine program has been a game changer in Northland. What it's done is probably we're able to tackle a problem before it becomes out of control. So places like the Opori Peninsula, where we can start at North Cape and slowly work backwards, we've actually got a chance to eradicate pines, probably within a 10-year period. So a grown pine tree can take 600 litres of water a day. And if you look at some of the dune lakes and compare them to how they were 30 years ago, the ones that have got pines around, there's very little actual water left in them. And when we take pines away, use Lake Ngātu as an example, then 1 year later, with less rainfall coming down, that lake had a higher level than the previous year.
Paki Station is on the west coast in the far north, and it's a large area encompassing some plantation forestry, big areas of farmland, but it also has some really huge areas of natural habitats, including major dune systems, dune lakes, lagoons, huge wetlands, and large areas of shrubland and gumland.
We are privileged to be home again on this land of ours, and part of that privilege is how to reconcile ourselves again. The restoration plan is to get it back to a natural state as we possibly can, and if we can have that flourishing, our whole ecosystem flourishes along with it.
Got our own nursery where we can take our seeds from our area. It's huge to us to see our environment try to keep pristine in its natural state.
We do a lot of work in iwi spaces, you know, and especially when you whakapapa back to these areas, to see the whenua get restored back to its natural habitat is pretty cool to be a part of. It's really rewarding in the sense that in the next 5 to 10, 15 years we can go back past these places and see the work that we've done and how much has changed the landscape.
Looking at the bush in a better state than we left it is probably the most rewarding thing that we get. I tend to do a better job because I know I whakapapa back to here. So yeah, it's real rewarding knowing that you're working on your own land and it's going to be better for the next generation.